What's up, y'all? Vishlingo here with another video today, doing a sim of the top 11 NBA draft prospects of all time. Now, it was going to be 10, but I kind of didn't know who exactly to cut out since I kind of had 11 guys. Not only guys I had in mind, but also, looking up the internet, a couple of lists to kind of get an idea, everything. All these guys, except for Victor, of course, since we had to download, and then Greg Oden, because I wanted one with better tendencies, because tendencies in 2K normally suck, or just the ones straight out of 2K. So we have Hakeem, Kareem, Tim Duncan, AI, Wemby, Patrick Ewing, Shaq, LeBron, AD, Greg Oden, and then Zion. Now, since, the draft free agency already passed, I did just sim another season. I don't know exactly who won the awards, but we'll look at that too, just keep a little bit of continuity. So yeah, Embiid went back-to-back on MVP, and I think Philly won the finals as well. And then Chet got Rookie of the Year, Chris Paul Sixth Man, Chet Defense Player of the Year, Grant Williams was improved. Now, one thing I will say, if y'all do see some weird tendencies, I'll try to change them when I see them. Is this roster I downloaded was just like a 2K, what's it called, a share scenario. So some the tendencies and stuff, I don't know, dude was playing with them, they kind of messed up some, but I went and fixed some of them, but I didn't see everything, of course. When it comes to guys that are still in the league, so Victor, Zion, AD, and LeBron, the existing version of them are just gone, 40 overalls, and they're just going to be irrelevant to this. I did actually already, no, I didn't, okay. We're going to jump into the draft lottery, of course, and the picks are not going to be reset because it's just fuck it, you ball, Suck to suck if you trade your pick. We just going to sim it. As Jazz get the first pick, Pels get 2, Spurs 3, Pels again at 4, Knicks at 5, Bulls, Thunder, Spurs, Magic, Bulls again. So a couple teams going to have, in concept, should have more than one of these guys. We'll see if they actually do pick them. And we're just going to jump straight into the draft. I know 2K, some of the protections are wrong in 2K because they don't have specific protections. It's just top 3, top 5 lottery. But I'm not going to go in and fix that. I don't care much. So with the first pick in the greatest prospects draft, the Utah Jazz are going to take Kareem, which, okay, they might have a little log jam in the front court with Walker Kessler. AD to the Pelicans, so he's getting drafted there. I would not expect AD to go to. Wemby back to the Spurs, so he's staying where he's going. Shaq also to the Pelicans, so I don't know if AD's list that power forward, but him and Shaq being the center, they're still going to have Brandon Ingram as well as CJ McCollum, so that team's going to be an issue quickly. The Knicks get Tim Duncan, kind of a weird fit with Julius Randle there. Maybe he shifts to the center. Hakeem to the Bulls. I don't know, since this isn't the eras, I don't know if his name's automatically going to change in a couple seasons, but I'll try to make sure to look at it. Zion to the Thunder, as well as AI. And LeBron is still on the board, but Spurs taking Patrick Ewing as well. I thought LeBron. And Greg Oden goes 10 to the Magic. And LeBron falls to 11, which is kind of wild. That's all the guys. I mean, LeBron, especially being, 18, and his overall is of the lower ones, kind of surprisingly. But him being, he should be 18, I believe. I don't know if he was 19 by the time the season started. I'll take a look at that to make sure. I'm pretty sure he should be 18 at this time. And we see a couple duos where we're gonna have Wemby and Patrick Ewing, AI and Zion, and then LeBron and Hakeem. I think Greg Oden's gonna rock by himself as well as Kareem. So a couple teams have been built pretty strong. And for this video specifically, the rookie season, I'm going to go and just do the regular, it's coming at the All-Star break, see how they're doing, and the seed and everything. But after that, I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm going to just show the important stuff. So I'll come back at the beginning of the next season to, show off the rosters, what all their teams looking like and everything, how they're developed, and, Slumby, guys, come on. So at the start of the season, I, of course, changed any positions and anything. I'm going to give LeBron a backup position, because I forgot about that, to make sure that these guys were starting if it made sense. So with the Bulls having Hakeem and LeBron, their starting lineup is going to be Io to start off the season, because Lonzo's been done for, and I don't even know if I might not even let Lonzo ever come back from injury. I might just make him retire, honestly, but I might let him rock. We'll see. So it's going to be probably Io to start the season, LaVine, LeBron, TJ Warren, and then Hakeem. And once Vucevic is healthy, and he's only at 80 now, so that's a little questionable. I might let him run the 4. Or maybe Hakeem run the 4. We'll figure that out. For the Jazz, they just got Kareem, and he's just going to have to start over Walker Kessler, and then their team looks pretty similar to what they look like right now. They signed Russ. 2-year, 58? $30 million a year for Russ is wild. I don't know how they let that shit happen, but spend money, guys, I guess. Out in New York, we just got Tim Duncan, who's going to start at the 5. For now, I don't think there's a world. If Julius Randle doesn't resign, I'll switch him back to the 4, but we'll see. Greg Oden's going to be fighting for this starting center spot in Orlando, and their team, another team looks the same, just another year older. The Pels bring in AD and Shaq, who are both instantly going to start, and then the rest of their starting lineup looks, once again, I mean, we're only 1 year in the future, so most of these teams are going to look similar. Patrick Ewing starting at the 5 here. Wemby's going to move over to the 4, and then that's the rest of their team. And then AI is not going to be able to start. I mean, I don't really see Shea being able to run the 3. Maybe Giddey could run the 3. Theoretically, he is kind of tall. So maybe that's a change I make a few seasons down the line. But right now, him and Shea is just going to be 1-2. AI is going to have to come off the bench. And then their small forward is whatever. And Zion will be probably starting at the 4. They might start J-Dub, but I don't really. That's up to them. That's in their hands. I don't care. So I'm going to check in at the All-Star break, see if any of these guys make it or anything, see how they're doing, all the normal stuff. Y'all know. I know I said I was going to check in All-Star break, but there wasn't really, there really wasn't no point for real. So, just checking in the season. With LeBron getting Rookie of the Year, averaging 21, 7, 7, with about 2 blocks, 2 steals a game. That's one thing I don't like about 2K's version of Rookie LeBron. LeBron do his shit defensively, but 2 steals and 2 blocks a game is wild. I ain't gonna change it though. Hakeem gets Defense Player of the Year his rookie season, so that's something. I would argue. I mean, being Defensive Player of the Year as well as 19 and 12, he might have should have got it, but it's not my problem. Y'all saw the other awards too, and it looks like the Knicks won damn near 70 games. I don't know what that's about. LeBron's also All-NBA first team this rookie year. Hakeem is All-NBA second, and then nobody else makes an All-NBA team. So it looks like I would assume that Bulls team is very good. Hakeem's on All-Defensive first, and LeBron's on All-Defensive second. When it comes to the rest of rookies, AD gave you about 17 and 8, 17, 8, 3. Pretty good numbers overall. I mean, his rookie year specifically, I feel like AD only averaged 12, so it's kind of a little jump in the gun a little bit. Tim Duncan, 13, 10 and 4, about 2 blocks. Tim Duncan kind of opposite. I feel like he immediately was on go. Patrick Ewing, I don't know what Patrick Ewing did his rookie year. 18 and 6 here though. Shaq, 18 and 9 about. Wemby, 14, 9 and 4-ish. Kareem, 18 and 9. Zion, 18, 6 and 2. With no 3-point tendency, shooting damn near 70% from the field. I might give him a 3-point tendency, at least make him shoot a couple, and then AI, 15 and 5, but he was, out of all these guys, I'm pretty sure only one coming off the bench. And then we don't see Greg Oden at all here. And let's see what Greg Oden did. So on Magic, Greg Oden averaged 8 and 7, so not nothing too alarming, but he didn't play huge minutes. He was not the full-time starter, so there's hopefully he can still progress into something. He just doesn't become irrelevant in the video. So we see the Knicks are the 1 seed, and yeah, it says Tom Thibodeau, damn near 70 wins for his team. So Tim Duncan immediately having a huge impact on the wins, and then RJ's progressed good. You kind of got a big 4 for real, so a very good team. Outside of that, we see San Antonio and OKC also in the playoffs, and then we see the Pels in the play-in. And what other teams do we? So the Bulls with 2 All-NBA guys don't even make it at all. Lonzo's back now, even though he was pretty terrible. Yeah, Bulls bringing in 2 All-NBA, 2 All-Defensive rookies. Can't even break the play-in. Only 32 wins, so that's kind of sad. And then was there any other teams that didn't make anything? The Jazz with Kareem, another team. I mean, I would expect more than this, but not a team I'd have high expectations for. And if the Lakers had their pick, they'd have something, and they have Westbrook again, so maybe it was all worth it. And they have Claxton. I don't know, man. Just looking at the play-in here, you got Pelicans Grizzlies in the 9-10 game. I mean, the Pelicans, talent-wise, I don't think should even be a play-in team. I think they're a lot better than this, and I think they're proving it. Sort of close game. Not gonna jump in. Shaq 25-10, AD 18-8, CJ McCollum 25-5, and Ja had him a game, and they kind of did that, but they should have won. That's understandable. Other play-in game is against the Mavericks, who still, I assume, Kyrie and Luka. Another team, I mean, I think their front court should just outmatch that difference in backcourt that much, but it doesn't. And the Mavs went by almost 30. Injured Kyrie and Luka take care of it. And then Shaq was kind of by himself. CJ McCollum didn't have a great game. AD, not a great game. Brandon Ingram was not shooting the ball. So yeah, just a terrible look for them, but it happened. So out in the first round, we got the Spurs, Wemby and Patrick Ewing facing the Rockets, who look the same. And then we have OKC playing Denver. They have Zion and then AI coming off the bench, and Denver looks exactly the same. So I don't know if they're really ready for that matchup yet. The other side, the Magic were also in the play-in. Okay, so they were in the play-in, they weren't completely out. And they're playing the Knicks in the first round. So Tim Duncan and Greg Oden are going to be our first playoff matchup, and they're actually matching up against each other too, but I expect the Knicks to just kind of handle them for real. But where I say that, and it's 3-2. Both series out west are done, and the Knicks handle them in 6. Greg Oden gave you 10 and 6 this round, so not ideal on the rebounds, but not a terrible series on his part. And Tim Duncan was giving you 13 and 12 and 11. I mean, still, I don't know why his tendencies are like that. Tim Duncan, I feel like averaged like 19. He was like all NBA first team of the year. The Thunder pretty easily looks like handled the the Nuggets, and then same thing with the Spurs and the handling the Rockets. And then we have a Thunder Spurs matchup this second round. So guarantee one of our teams are going to be in the conference finals in their rookie year, and it looks like it's going to be the Thunder because they're beating the shit out the Spurs. Yep, and the Thunder handle that in 5. It looks like they're pretty even scoring-wise. The top 3 guys are all around the same level, and then AI is bringing a good amount of bench contribution. And then, Chet's doing Chet things. I mean, he's fine. And then out east, so we already have 2 conference final teams this first year. Tim Duncan and the Knicks now playing against the Celtics, who are starting Montrezl Harrell at the 5. I'm going to look at what that's about. And then the 1-seeded Timberwolves team, who look basically the same. They're starting Dennis Smith Jr., which is kind of interesting, in the conference finals. So as for the Celtics, did they trade their centers? Are they hurt? So Robert Williams is hurt, and it looks like Al Horford's gone. Al Horford's gone. You trade him for like Buddy Hield or something? Or Buddy might have signed here. I don't know. 1-0 both series, 2-0 both series. Knicks up 3-0. Knicks 3-1, 2-2 out west. What? Knicks handled the Celtics, and I think that was 5. And then the Thunder are going to games. Oh, the Thunder were up. I thought it was tied. I thought they were down. I just thought they were tying it. So we already have a finals year 1 between AI, Shaq, Shea. What? No, Zion, not Shaq. I'm tweaking. So AI, Zion, Shea, Josh Giddey, and then out on the Knicks we got Brunson Randall, RJ, and Tim Duncan. I do fully expect the Knicks to win this. Tim Duncan already probably had not the strongest rookie year, but for him to win the finals in his rookie year, RJ Barrett gets finals MVP, which I think, I don't know if I'm mistaken, I think he did in real life as well. All-star wise, in season 2, we only see Zion and LeBron make it, and LeBron wasn't even a real all-star. He's an injury replacement, so not too much emotion going on there.
So I'm just going to let y'all know that I'm editing this like a while after it's being recorded. So a lot of this season did accidentally get cut out, but it was going to be short either way. But second season, we see Knicks, Bulls, Magic, and the Thunder all making a little bit of a playoff run for real. But Bulls and the Magic fall in the second round, and then the Knicks and the Thunder end up falling in the conference finals. And then, you know, who gives a fuck about the Celtics winning? So, Slumpy.
Year 3 for the All-NBA teams. I did accidentally skip the awards, but Tim Duncan got Defense Player of the Year, so that's something. LeBron and Hakeem are on All-NBA second team, and then third team, Jabari Smith Jr. is on the Lakers. I don't really know what that's about. And then nobody on third team, and then we see LeBron, Tim Duncan on first team defense, and then AD and Hakeem on second team defense. We see the Spurs as 1 seed, 3 seeded Pels, 2 seeded OKC, and then out east we got 3 seeded Bulls, 2 seeded Magic, 7 seed Knicks, and then the Jazz are still nowhere to be found. Let's see what they did this year. And the Jazz won 13 games this season. And the key and and not only does it look like Kareem has regressed, because I feel like at one point he was 86. He's not even a full-time starter anymore, so this is just going terrible for them, honestly. But the Knicks being in the play-in, though, and honestly did not mean to sim that. So we do have one first-round matchup between a couple of our teams with with Orlando matching up with the Knicks, but Orlando wins in 6. I kind of expect the Knicks to win. That's why I kind of stopped, but I don't. Looks like Jalen Brunson. Nope, Jalen Brunson's still here. I don't know. So Paolo's like a all-star now. Franz is also developed very well. And what's his name even at? I don't even see Greg Oden. Is he not on the team anymore? Greg Oden is hurt. Okay. And he's been hurt. The Bulls came out the first round as well, and you will see they picked up Cade. I don't know how all these guys are getting out of restricted free agency. Actually, this is year 6 for Cade. It's 22, 23. This would be year 6. So actually, I guess Cade he took his qualifying offer last season, and then now he's here. I don't really know what happened there, but that's what I'm gonna assume. Out west, we have a couple competitive series, as we have Portland going 7 with the Pelicans, which is a team I kind of expect a lot more out of, really, because they bring it in and they lose a very close one. Probably should have jumped in. Did we get like a game winner or something? A free throw game winner, I guess. I don't know who fouled, but yeah, like you just expect a lot more, because you have Jordan Hawkins had a great playoffs too, but you have Brandon Ingram here who's still at a high level. You have Shaq, you have Anthony Davis, who looks like he's hurt. You have Ausar Thompson, who I don't know how you got him. Yeah, no clue how you got Ausar Thompson, but you got him. AD's hurt, it looks like. Keegan Murray. Yeah, looks like restricted free agency has been like broken in this league. I don't really know what's up with that. I have not been paying attention to the rule change. I don't think it is a rule change to even get out of that. Just some very questionable things going on just looking around, but we'll let it slide. Spurs get out the first round, and then lastly we have the Thunder, who I did change some positions for, as AI is now going to start at the 2, Shay's at the 1, and then Giddey's at the 3 instead of AI coming off the bench. Zion's still at the 4. Then they got Chet, and they take care of business here. So Siakam is on the Suns. In the second round, OKC takes care of business. The Spurs did they choke a 3-0? 1. Okay, actually this series was pretty close. I don't know why it looked like they were up so much. We're just going to sim all the way. And OKC losing conference finals, but we do have a finals featuring Greg Oden, who's a role player basically, but actually has been elite in the playoffs thus far, and he's starting to shoot threes again for some reason. but actually been pretty good in the play. I mean, I wouldn't say elite, but 14 points a game. That's pretty good for Greg Oden. 2-2 series right now. 3-2, and the Timberwolves win. So we see another failure for any of our guys to get it done in year 3. Now, going into year 4, I will say this is the last season where I'll kind of, fully guide y'all through thing by thing. After this, I'm still going, if anything important happens, some of our guys are in the finals and one of them wins the MVP, I'll talk about it. But outside, this will be the last year that's like full covering everything. Kareem, I mean, maybe gets his starting spot back this year, but he just has been kind of sad out in Utah. Really kind of statistically drops every season, lost his starting spot by the end of the last season, and just has not progressed how everybody else has. Tim Duncan is still a star of the team. The Knicks have a pretty solid little team going on. So, they did win one as well. So they are still going to be competitive doing their thing. The Magic, Greg Oden looks like he's not going to progress anymore. He's just going to be this, which isn't ideal. And he's developed a three-point tendency on his own. I mean, at least he didn't have one from the jump. Him developing one on his own, unless he gets too bad, I'm honestly just going to let him rock. But nothing really too much. Nothing significant from his part. The Pelicans are still developing. They still have a solid team. I mean, with this duo, I would think that they should be doing even more at this point, but we'll see. They still got a lot of time together. Low-key, same thing with the Spurs. They at least have been a high seed a couple years, but I would expect a little bit more. They have a little bit, I was going to say they have a little less like top-heavy talent, but Devin Vassell is actually kind of an all-star level player, and Keldon Johnson's still cool. Like, I wouldn't. And they got a rookie this year, 10 picks, so maybe he can do something. OKC, very top-heavy team, 5 all-star overall players. I wouldn't really say all-star caliber necessarily. I don't think I've ever seen a world in 2K where 5 people on one team were in the all-star game that weren't playing 48 minutes. And they have decent depth, so really a team that I expect a good amount to come out of. But I don't know if they're going to be able to retain both AI and Zion when these contracts are up, since they already got the other guys signed up big. And then Hakeem and LeBron are here. They still got Levine, who's still in the same contract, I think, and then they have Cade. They probably need some power forward play, but Jared Vanderbilt should be fine enough if he's not shooting 40% from the field for some reason. 2K. So that's everybody, how they're doing, how their situation's been. I'm gonna check in All-Star break, one last time, and then playoffs. And yeah. In year 4, it looks like we see a couple of our guys be all-stars. I feel like now that they're really, coming into their own, we should expect a good amount of them to be here yearly. As we have Tim Duncan, LeBron, AD finally gets one, and then Hakeem is also here, and it looks like his name's not automatically going to change, so I'll go and do that. And then, might as well. So yeah, still Kareem, another season of just kind of disappointment. I really hope he gets out of Utah. I don't know. He is of the older ones. He's 25 at this point, so I don't know how his development would be affected. I don't know if he got somewhere else, would he develop, but he could probably at least put up something similar to his rookie year if he given a better opportunity. Tim Duncan, I feel like, is content. Greg Oden's just gonna be Greg Oden. Honestly, I don't care what Greg Oden does at this point. Shaq is hurt actually, but he's having a okay season. Him and AD have been fine. Same thing with Patrick Ewing. He's hurt. Wemby has been very quiet this whole time, but who knows? And then AI, and I feel like AI and just Zion are just a little too jumbled up in talent for them to, really sit here and have these individual accolades. But as I said, OKC is already kind of in cap hell. Yeah, so I highly doubt they can re-sign both of them, and they probably have some other guys. There's a big team option here. He was a 4th pick. J-Dubs is getting a bag. Casey Wallace might have to get paid, another pretty solid team option. So not a team I expect to bring back all these guys, but we'll see what they can do. We'll check in at the end of the season. Year 4, we see Hakeem get MVP, and then don't get over here. Tim Duncan gets Defensive Player of the Year, and then dude on the Thunder gets Most Improved. So that's cool, I guess. And Mark Dagnott, who is also the Thunder coach, does get Coach of the Year. Luke is on the Hawks. A lot of movement in this sim. I guess it's kind of realistic to the modern NBA, but I don't know. LeBron and Hakeem both first team, and then that's Tim Duncan gets 3rd team. So these guys haven't really made the impact I would like to see, but most of them have been solid. When it comes to the playoffs, the Jazz are still nowhere to be found. Looks like everybody else is here though. Or no, Knicks are also nowhere to be found. Interesting for a championship team for just a couple seasons ago with basically the same core to just not even really be a playoff team, 40 wins. And yep, all their guys are still here. I mean, they don't have Mitchell Robinson, who, I mean, I don't know how notable he was to their team, but that is the main difference I'm seeing. So out the first round, we see, hold on. Everybody out west makes it, and then out east, the 1-seeded Magic actually lose. So that's sad. They lose to Paul George, who didn't regress too bad. That's whoever made this share scenario, at least he did that. Paul George doesn't regress like he's terrible at basketball. He still respects himself. Oh, okay. I thought they said Paul George Jr. too. And Chris Paul Jr. is on the Wizards. Yep, that's he getting buckets. He don't really play make, but he get buckets. Yeah, kind of wild to be a 1-seed losing to 8-seed. How did Greg Oden do? Because that's why we're here. 6-6, and he shot terrible. Yep, that's one of the greatest prospects of all time. And everybody else made it to the second round, so that's cool. And okay, look, I swear, like 2K kind of weird skipping. And New Orleans loses in the second round. Just another, I wouldn't even say disappointing, because at least this is a KD Timberwolves team, and KD's actually playing pretty elite. Jalen Duren's there. Gobert's still there. Mitchell Robinson. They got a lot of fucking center play. Okay, Ant's still there. Jalen Johnson looks like he's had a borderline most improved season there. So, solid, cool little team. And then the Spurs fall to OKC, which makes sense at this point, but, I don't even know what to say there, And we have a Bulls Thunder finals. Finally, two of our teams make it again, and just two stacked teams, about 4 or 5 All-Stars basically on both teams. OKC takes game 1 and game 2. Game 3 to the Bulls, game 4 to the Bulls. OKC takes game 5. Game 6 is pretty close. Bulls have slight down. I don't know. Bulls take third quarter, and they really just kind of run away with it with that third quarter. KD, great game. Hakeem, great game. LeBron, great. Levine, good. And on the Thunder side, where's Giddey at? Josh Giddey's hurt. Okay, because he didn't really have a great game. Game 7 in the finals. This could be a huge defining moment for some of our guys. And looks like the Bulls take a slight lead at half, and they just continue to expand. It's still sort of a close game. Bulls haven't run away. Bulls get it. And your finals MVP is LeBron James in year 4. So I already said that's going to be the end of me regularly checking in with y'all throughout this. I do plan to do 10 seasons. So anybody else wins MVP, anybody else wins the finals or is in the finals, I will show y'all that. But yeah, and anybody changes teams either. Year 5, LeBron gets MVP and Tim Duncan gets Defensive Player of the Year. In year 5, we're also getting a Bulls Thunder finals, which sees the Bulls winning in 6 and LeBron getting another finals MVP. Year 6, the Bulls continue with a little bit of dominance with LeBron repeating that MVP and then Hakeem getting another Defensive Player of the Year. Got an OKC and Orlando finals, which sees Orlando winning in 6 and Greg Oden, even though he doesn't really, do anything. He's not even in the rotation. Where's Greg Oden at? Greg Oden got traded. Okay. So nobody even won this year. Let's go find Greg Oden though.
So Greg Oden ended up getting traded to the Mavs, but at this point, this video is running a little long, so I'm just going to end it here. So if y'all enjoyed it, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hopefully upload schedule will become consistent soon. Well, we'll see.